Welcome to Love Like Jesus Ministry. My name is Reverend Jazz, and today we're going to be looking at what if your problem isn't your situation, but your attitude. Sometimes we're praying, God change this, God change them, God open another door, God get me out of this situation. But when was the last time you prayed, Lord, is it me? Is there something in my attitude that needs to change? Because your attitude doesn't just affect how you feel. Your attitude can reveal what's happening in your heart. Jesus said in Luke chapter 6 verse 45 that what we say flows from what is in our heart. So if I'm constantly complaining, constantly negative, constantly offended, I can't receive correction, and I don't want anybody telling me anything. Everything is always somebody else's fault. Then maybe I need to stop looking at everybody else and examining myself. Look at the Israelites. God delivered them from slavery in Egypt. They saw miracle after miracle. God had a destination for them, the promised land. But when the 12 spies went to examine the land in Numbers 13, 10 came back focusing on the giants and the obstacles. Joshua and Caleb saw the same land. They saw the same giants. They faced the same circumstances, but they had a completely different response. Joshua and Caleb believed if the Lord is pleased with us, he will bring us safely into that land. The others responded with fear and unbelief. The others responded with, and before long, the people were complaining again. So think about this. The situation was the same. The giants were the same. The land was the same. God was the same, but the attitude was different. And that attitude affected how they responded to what God had put in front of them. That's why your attitude matters. Sometimes God sends correction, and your attitude determines whether you learn from it or become offended. Sometimes God tells you to wait, and your attitude determines whether you trust Him or start complaining. Sometimes something becomes difficult, and your attitude determines whether you persevere or give up. Sometimes somebody tells you something you don't want to hear, and instead of asking, Lord, is there truth in this? Pride immediately says, who are they to tell me? And and that's where a wrong attitude can become dangerous, because your attitude can affect your decisions. Your decisions affect your actions, and your actions have consequences. So yes, you can be praying for another opportunity, praying for another door, praying for God to take you somewhere greater. But don't only ask God, where are you going to change for my situation? Sometimes you need to ask, God, what are you trying to change in me? David prayed in Psalm 139, chapter 23 to 24, search me, O God, and know my heart. Point out anything in me that offends you. That's a powerful prayer, because it takes humility to say, Lord, maybe everybody else isn't the problem. Show me my attitude. Show me my pride. Show me my complaining. Show me where I refuse correction. Show me where I'm blaming other people. Show me where my heart isn't right, and help me change. Because before asking God to change everything around you, let God search what's happening inside you. So today, don't just examine your situation, examine your attitude, because sometimes the thing that needs to change first is us.